Hello, my name is Jimmy. I'm a child passenger safety technician here in Canada, and we're currently inside the 2025 Lincoln Aviator. This is the 6-passenger variant. There is a 7-passenger second row bench version as well. But in here, we get 4 sets of lower anchors, 4 sets of upper anchors across all 4 seats in the back here. I have the Clek Ling base here. I want to show you how to install that within the vehicle, and I also want to show you how to install the Clek fin flow and all that good stuff. So let's start off with infant carrier, or not infant carrier, an infant seat like this Clek Ling. First of all, with the Ling, we want to make sure that we get the leg out. So let's get that out first. What I have to say is the lower anchors on this I'm not a big fan of, just because the leather that's around it, it's like right on top of it. So when the lower anchors kind of clip in, just you have to make sure that it actually clips in properly. It's not clipping onto the leather where it can automatically just kind of slip out. So do make sure of that. There are better variants of lower anchors. Like a lot of other companies have some sort of like cover on them, so it still looks good, but the covers, they kind of go missing after a bit as well. That's another problem. But in here, what I like to do is I just like to, you kind of have to feel around a little bit on that lower anchor just to make sure that it's not caught on the leather. And if everything is good, push it back. And of course, extend the load leg here. And that's the Ling base. Super simple. Let's get the Ling infant carrier. This is their newer model. It's their, or not newer model, but newer colorway. It's their latte zip with this kind of brown, reddish brown brick interior. Maybe not the best match, but I do like this color. And because it's a zip, you can like take it off and wash it, which is also really nice. But seat fits in fine. I did move the seat on the front forward because I had it like almost all the way back for filming purposes, and it was just intruding here. But yeah, you shouldn't have really any issues getting an infant carrier in here. Height-wise, I'm 5'11", so it's quite easy for my height to get this infant carrier in here. But even if you're shorter, you shouldn't have any issues. This is not a high riding platform or anything like that. So you should be a-okay. Let me get this seat out. I'm going to put something else in here. Foom flow. I'll let you know in just a minute. All right, as you can see here, I have the Clek flow. I'm going to put this in rear facing. I'm sure you can see as well the front seat is moved all the way forward and folded onto itself, just because a rear facing seat like this is generally a little bit more bulky. It takes more space from fore to aft. So let's put this in, see how this fits. And well, if myself at 5'11" still fits in front of a rear facing seat, which is not uncommon that there'll be issues just because of, well, once again, bulk. I'm just using the lower anchors as I already have that out, but it shouldn't matter if you're using the lower anchors or the seat belts to install it. It should be very, very similar. What's nice about using the lower anchors is because it's, well, automatically locking, unlike the seatbelt, which just retracts, it just makes it a little bit easier to snug things tight, I find. But your mileage may vary, and of course, depending on car, that could vary as well. Got that installed in here. Let's put this base on, push that through. Cool. What I want to add here is if you're using the lower anchors and not the seat belt, you can move the seat fore and aft, which may be useful when you're using like a forward-facing seat. But on a rear-facing seat, if the front seat is in its normal position, it's not moving anywhere, let's be honest. But yeah, that is installed. Let me move the front seat back to its original location, and I'll see how comfortable it is in front. As mentioned, I'm 5'11", so headroom, legroom is actually all right. I got enough knee room in front of the glove box, so yeah, you shouldn't really have any issues if you're fitting a rear-facing seat and hoping to get someone up here. But let's see what happens if we try to put people in the third row. All right, third row. Certainly not my favorite place to be in a mid-size SUV. I would generally say if you're putting kiddos in the third row, get a van, full-size SUV, something else. A mid-size is it's just a little small. Let's be honest. So the second row here is pushed all the way back because I have a rearward facing seat in here, and in order for me to be comfortable in the front, that's where we want that to be. So this is not installed. This is just my foam here. I placed it inside because I just want to show like how much space there could be, and there really isn't a lot of legroom. So in front of the child seat, that's not going to be super comfortable for them. It's bearable, but it'll be hard for me to recommend this for longer journeys. If you're looking for a 3-row SUV that can carry kiddos better, there are better options than this. This is in a pinch, sure. If they're grown out of child seats, maybe a little bit better. But with a child seat, it's just, yeah, there just isn't all that much space. But what's nice is because it's only 2 seats back here, well, if you're putting boosters back here, actually that wouldn't be too bad. So let me get this foom out. I have an Uber, which is a booster. I'll put that in here just to showcase what that will look like. So be right back. All right, so Uber. The Uber does have lower anchors, so it locks into place. You don't have to worry about the child seat flipping and flopping all over like some other boosters can when, well, there isn't someone in the seat. But this, yeah, this fits well. You still don't get a huge amount of space, of course, in between the booster and the second row seats, but because it's not as extended as the Foof or a Flow would be, you definitely have more legroom in here than with those. But yeah, booster should be your best bet when it comes to a third row in the Aviator. But I think that's really it. If you have any questions on the Aviator, I have another video in my channel about the entire review. But yeah, let me know. Questions, concerns. Would you buy one? Let me know in the comment section down below. But I'll catch you later. Take care.